Hey everyone, it's Lady Ambrosia, Brightest Blessings. I hope all of you are having a beautiful day, afternoon, evening, night, whenever you're watching this. I am actually getting ready to go into a job interview. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm also really excited. It seems very promising. So I'm not going to get into too many details right now at the moment. We'll talk about that later. But I have a little bit of time to kill before I go in for the interview. So I just kind of wanted to come on here and make a quick little vlog, rant, video, let you guys know I'm still alive. So something that I think is worth mentioning is, you know, living as a witch in today's world, our modern world, and in American society. I have a story. I'm not going to name names just because I'd rather keep everything anonymous, but as far as my day-to-day life, I really have no issues with my spirituality. And as far as my family, I've said this before, I come from a very open, accepting family. I've been very lucky. I've been very blessed. But there is someone in my life who is very important. And, you know, they're very Catholic, Roman Catholic. And, you know, they have some misconceptions about what I am. They have some misconceptions about what paganism and what Wicca is and means, and what witchcraft is. I think they kind of have the wrong idea about it. I think it's partially due to, you know, the fear-mongering that goes on in a lot of Abrahamic faiths. That being, you know, the fear of the devil and the fear of anything non-Christian and the fear of hell. And then I think a lot of it also has to do with just, oh, there's a butterfly. I think some of it does have to just do with the media and how witches and how pagans are represented in, you know, movies and TV shows and books. I mean, that being said, I think an educated person would be able to make their own opinion. Like, I would hope that someone wouldn't entirely base off a recognized spirituality and religion off of the Halloween movie Hocus Pocus. But, you know, there are some people who maybe are less educated who would not know the wiser. But this individual, you know, if you know me, you know my spirituality, you know my faith. I am not someone who hides in the shadows. I'm also not someone who openly advertises it everywhere I go. I think there's a time and place for it. And I also want to respect other people and to respect other people's faiths. And I don't want to seem like oppressive or like I'm trying to convert anyone, because that's not my agenda. That being said, this person has come into my home. They know me on a very personal level. And if you walk into my house, it is very obvious that a witch lives there. I mean, I have Wiccan tapestries, I have pentacles, I have a Sabbath altar in my living room, I have a whole witchy room, I have a working altar. So this person has felt uncomfortable. Like, okay, this person came to stay with, you know, my boyfriend and I, and they felt a little uncomfortable by one of my tapestries, my Wheel of the Year tapestry. They felt very uncomfortable by it because there was a pentacle on it. And I told them, I was like, well, you know, listen, like, out of respect for you, I will take it down, but first you have to let me tell you, like, what it's really about. Because I think that you might not really understand. So I explained, you know, it was the Wheel of the Year, essentially, tapestry. It had the 4 seasons, or the 4 seasons and the 4 elements, and then, you know, it went around like Yule, Imbolc, so on and so forth, with a pentacle in the middle. And I explained everything. I explained why the elements are important. I explained how the wheel of the year turns and what it represents and what each holiday represents and why they are sacred to us, and you know, what the pentacle is. That's a big one. A lot of people, either through their indoctrinated religion and fear-mongering, or through Hollywood and the media, you know, and have this false knowledge, I guess, of what a pentacle is. It is not, you know, satanic. It is not demonic in any connotation. And I explained it to her that, you know, this symbol represents the elements, you know, the fifth element being spirit, whatever spirit, your higher power, deity, your higher self, Akasha, what binds everything, you know, whatever. And then the circle around it, to me, because it specifically has an Ouroboros on it, which is, you know, the serpent of time that like eats its tail and represents life and death and rebirth. It represents the primordial time and the cosmos all wrapped in. And that's what the symbol is. It's not demonic. It's not evil. It's not Christian, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's dark-sided and demonic and evil. Well, this person still felt uncomfortable by it. And so, you know, I keep to my word. So I took it down. I was I wasn't upset, I was disappointed, but I took it down, and, you know, everything was fine. There have been snide kind of remarks, about my faith, or the faith of my family or friends, that have been made that have not been appreciated, but I try to let it go, and to, remember that this person has a different experience than I, thus leading to differences in opinions, and that not everyone is going to be respectful. Not everyone is going to understand, and I'm kind of learning that, like, that's okay. Not that I accept that and that's okay to be treated like that, but for someone to disagree and for someone to have a difference in an opinion, that is okay. So it's just, it's hard because this person is very close to me. So, but yeah, so I guess my whole thing is, especially if you're newer and you're, you know, coming out of the broom closet, there's a lot of videos here on YouTube that, you know, people will share their stories. It's very reminiscent for me of, you know, coming out of the closet in the LGBT world. Because you're just going to have people who don't accept you, and you're going to have people who don't respect you either. And, you know, you figure out who your real friends and family are when you're being true to yourself. But if you go on here and you look at these stories that these other pagans, witches, druids, shamans have said about, you know, coming out to their family about their faith, some of these stories are so heartbreaking. To have a whole family not accept you, or to lose your job, or, you know, your children not want to be around you, or lose parental rights. You know, it's very sad. And I keep in mind how incredibly lucky and so blessed I am to come from the kind of family that I do, and to have the romantic partner that I have and the friends that I do have, because I'm so surrounded by so much acceptance. I won't say that everyone in my life walks the exact same path as me, but they accept me for me, and they respect who I am. And I think that I take that for granted because I've always had that, and I think I have a really bad habit of just taking that for granted. And, you know, I'm working on more gratitude and understanding that, like, I have things to be thankful for, and this is one. Sorry, there was a motorcycle. That is one, you know? So if you're really struggling with people accepting and respecting you and your spirituality, I hear you. I hear you, because this is actually the first time I've really hit a wall. on this issue in my personal life. And it's hard and it sucks and it's uncomfortable. So I can't even imagine what it must be like to have a whole friend circle or, you know, a work situation happen or your family act like that. Like, my heart breaks for those people who are suffering through that right now. But yeah, so I just wanted to come on here. I'm already getting to like the 10-minute mark, so I'm gonna hop off here. I promise I'm gonna be getting back to my pagan YouTube challenge. This past week has literally been so crazy for me. I'm on my vacation. Again, this is just a staycation, so I'm not going anywhere. But the 17th, I had a wedding rehearsal. The 18th, I was actually officiating a wedding. And then I have a trip to Brown County planned, and then there's the Indianapolis Pagan Pride going on and my birthday. So there's a whole lot going on. Oh, and then my job interview today. So there's just so much going on this week. And unfortunately, I just do not have the time at the moment. So that's why I'm sneaking in a little video here on my mobile now. But thank you guys for, you know, hanging out with me and tuning in, and wish me luck on this interview. I'll let you guys know how it goes later. Many blessings.